What I've devoted my life to, literally the last 33 years, since I met W. Clement Stone, who was my mentor, who introduced me to the law of attraction, although at that time he called it the power of positive thinking and the power of positive expectancy. What happened was, I've really been intrigued with how do you go faster, further, with less effort. And what we're going to share tonight is the mental aspect of doing that. How can we go where we want to go further without expending as much effort? That doesn't mean no action. Remember we said action? But action that you enjoy, action that's fun, action that goes like, wow, this is really cool. I get to do this, amazing. So whatever you think about, focus on, you're going to get more of. And the reality is most people spend their entire life talking about reality. And what you have to do if you're going to become successful with the law of attraction is talk about your vision, talk about what you want, talk about how you're expecting it to happen. You know, my main mentor was a guy named W. Clement Stone. And so there's that. And the other thing that's stopping people is that they're not addressing the unconscious limiting beliefs that are below the threshold of awareness that are stopping you. So we're going to take a look tonight about how to deal with both of those issues. But let's go ahead and talk about this. There are 7 areas of this. And there's the financial. What's your vision for your life financially? Where do you want to be 2, 3, 5 years from now? How much money do you want to make? How much income do you want to have? How much profit in your business? What do you want your retirement package to look like? Do you know the average American retires with a net worth of $25,000 if you subtract their debt from their assets? That's less than most people make in a year. You couldn't save it in a life. That's sad. You don't want to be one of those people. But you got to have a clear vision or it won't manifest. Number 2, business and career. What do you want in that part of your life? I have a friend whose name is Kenneth Baring. I met him, we were getting an award. I get a lot of awards because of Chicken Soup books. And I meet really cool people because all the people getting them are people that have done cool stuff. And he was once the owner of the Seattle Seahawks, a co-owner. And he said he'd gone through 4 stages in his life. The first stage, he said, was called stuff. He thought if he had all the right stuff, he'd be happy. And he had the cars and the boats and the planes and all that stuff. Still wasn't happy. He said, well, he went to his next life, I think it was called better stuff. Need the better car, better house, better plane. That's why this guy had this plane, he only had this one, that's why he wasn't happy. So he got all the better stuff, he still wasn't happy. He said, maybe I have the wrong stuff, going after the wrong stuff. He said, that's when I bought the Seattle Seahawks. He said, I figure if you own a football team, that's got to be a cool thing, right? You sit in the box, you know all the players, you travel around, get a lot of respect. Still wasn't happy. And so then he said, this guy friend of his came to him and said, look, I want to take over a bunch of wheelchairs to Bosnia, Herzegovina, Croatia, those places, and give them to kids who've lost their legs with landmines and so forth. Would you come with me? He said, sure. So they loaded up the plane. I think he had about 140 wheelchairs, put them in the plane, they take him over, and he's picking his 3rd kid up, and he's putting him in a wheelchair. And his 11-year-old boy, and puts him down. He turns away to get another wheelchair for another kid, and the boy won't let go of his leg. And he said, I turned back around, and through the interpreter, the boy said, thank you, thank you. Thank you. And with tears streaming down his face, he said, don't leave yet. I want to memorize your face. He says, because when we meet again in heaven, I want to be able to thank you one more time. He said, that's the first time in my life I felt pure joy from giving. He went home and he started the Wheelchair Foundation. He's given away over, I think it's 40,000 wheelchairs to kids in third world countries all around the world.